Hello, this is Conrad from GOG Boxing. Today we're going to get into footwork and drills to practice footwork. So we're talking about how to shift, how to kick out, all of these moves. And then we're going to go down to the backyard. We're going to practice. I'm going to show you these drills, what to practice on uneven terrain, because that really actually makes you work and it'll pay off in the end. So you ready? But before you go, make sure you're good and warmed up. All right, now I apologize for the sound quality, but I took the mic off because when I move it like scrapes and clicks and stuff. But let's go through these different moves to practice as in drills, okay? Because when it comes down to it, footwork is the key. Footwork is it's not only where you get your power from your punches, which is what we talked about. Right? Remember the toe, the hip, the shoulder last, and then the jab. Or it would be the same with the right. We'll do the right hand in another program. But footwork is what keeps you out of range and gives you angles. But to get there, before you start practicing, the pivots and a lot of things, you need to practice some drills to get your footwork down. Actually, let me take these off. Okay? Let me take these off. We'll start first. Now, we're going to go through some of these drills which are going to get you used to moving. Now, I put some of these in like the Can You Stay in Shape with This Old Man video and all that, but I want to go through them a little bit more exactly, and then we'll have a workout afterwards, which we will do outside, which is on uneven terrain, right? But okay, so let's talk about these. First of all, one of the keys you need to learn how to practice is what's called the bump, okay? Now, the bump is not actually a pivot. It's not a pivot, okay? The bump is when you're shifting your whole body and you think about, hey, you see like Lomachenko, how his footwork works. It is a kind of a bump. Now, when you look at the bump, let's say you're in line and you slip and then you shift out, right? That looks simple. But you'll see when you shift out one way, you shift out the other way. It looks simple, but the first time you try it, it's not. But even if you can do it, you got to get your body used to doing it. Okay, you got to get your body used to doing it. So let's take a look at this. So here's the way we practice the bump. The first way you practice. You imagine there's a straight line. Kick this out of the way. Okay. Get in a boxing stance. Right. More weights on your back foot. This way. Now put your hands on your hips, okay? Chin down, and what you do is you turn this way, right? And then you'll come this way. Now this is before you really learn the bump. This is just a switch, but you gotta learn how to do this before you can do the bump and kick out. So this is just switching sides. Now look what happens. Here I am here, then I switch here. Then I'm here, then I switch here. Now do you see this click? You hear the click. See that? You hear that? Imagine skeletons. Now that's kind of what you're going for, okay? You're getting your feet used to doing that shift. So when you do it, and we'll do it in the yard, have the chin down, right? And you'll come here, and really go all the way over each side. Now when you're doing that, getting used to that basic movement, you will then do it with your hands up. Now, when I do it with my hands up, I'll put the gloves on. We'll do that in a minute, right? And you're switching from side to side, right? And it will be key to actually when you do a bump and kick out, okay? But if you have your hands up like that, you slip, and I'm still looking through my gloves, and then come out. See? And I'm still looking through the binoculars, right? Of what we glove. Now, the next step is the actual bump and kick out, okay? The bump and kick out, if you're here and let's say I put my hands on my hips again, okay? It's down. I'm over here, and then a normal one would be like that. But now what we're going to do is we're going to shift, and I'm going to use my upper body to spin myself out to this other side, okay? And then I'm here, I come back, and then it's a little step. See my feet here? I just shift to twist, right? shift to twist, and then I kick out to this side, okay? Now, when I have my hands up, it'll feel more natural, but you should practice like this some, okay? Hands up, more natural. This hand's higher. I'm looking through the binoculars. Okay, here I am. I slip, right? But I'm also twisting my body. And then my upper body's gonna pull out. Now, when I'm here, I'm not trying to stay looking at the camera then. This is as if I had somebody right here in front of me. I slipped this punch, I pulled out. I could hook him here. I could land here straight over the top. I could even land here and do a jab and another combo, okay? So here again we are, right? Got my hands up, okay? Slipped, I slip, spin out. Now really, what you don't want to do, and this is where it gets tricky, you don't want to spin out and wind up leaning forward. That's bad. You don't want to spin out, so you're back. You got to find that balance. And sometimes it's hard to find the balance. You know, you lose the balance. That's part of the reason why you do this. But, so here we are, right? We're fighting. Slip, spin out, come back, slip to the other side. I'm looking through binoculars. My upper body's twisted. It spins my body back here. So I can even bam from this side. See? Now, do you hear my feet? Pop, pop, da, 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 da. Now you hear it. It's like a dance. Okay, I actually broke the dance, but you hear that. Da, 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 da. I'll do it one more time, okay? Here I am, right? We'll start, come out. Now you hear that? Now I'm trying to look at the camera the whole time. Really, when I would spin out, I'd really be over here. Okay, but you get what I'm talking about. Now, why is that so important? Well, I'll show you, because it leads us to the next move we're going to practice out in the drill. Now we're going to go outside and practice this on basically what I call broken terrain, which just means the yard. And there's reasons for that, which we'll talk about in a minute too. But this leads to a different move. Now look, you don't always have to spin all the way out here. You can, and it's a good drill. So what you can do is a slip and a little shift out, spin out, like a bump out to get in an uppercut. Okay? This is a good exercise. You don't have to go all the way around as if he was coming forward and you turned him like a matador. You could stay in front to get yourself in position with uppercuts. You'll see actually Lomachenko do that. He'll use uppercuts, but he'll also just shift out to throw other punches too. Now look, so here you are, okay? So we're here, we slipped, little shift out, uppercut, come back, slip, little shift, uppercut. This one was with my right hand, okay? I shifted to the left, okay? Now look, do it slow again. So slip, shift out to my right, uppercut with my left. Come back, slip, shift out, uppercut with my right. Now do you hear my feet again? You listen to my feet when I'll do it a little faster, okay, without so much talking. So, hear that? Pop, 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 pop. Okay, slip, uppercut, uppercut, back, slip, uppercut, get back, slip, uppercut. Okay, you see how that works? We'll do that drill, forward and back. You see what this is doing? This is teaching you to smoothly spin out and get angles. And it's keep getting your feet used to moving, okay? You know, you see these drills where there'll be like a ladder drill, and people are doing those drills, going back and forth down the ladder. That stuff's great. There's other ones where you're going like this, whatever, or you're going like that. You know, those things, okay, great. Lateral movement's great, but what are you doing it for? You know, bad lateral movement will get you killed, okay? So even if you're doing like a standard L step, okay? So here I am, right? An L step. I do like L steps because I idolized Julio Cesar Chavez, right? He would cut off the ring with those. But if you don't know why you're doing an L step, Well, what will happen is you'll come back and you'll have both feet kind of together when you get hit bad. Or you'll shift over when you come back down, the guy will time you and smack you then. So you gotta know, you gotta have some experience to know why. But what I'm teaching you now is actually pretty safe, because it's not just lateral movement which might get you swatted. It's movement that's automatically taking you off the axis and getting you angles. Okay, that's the point, right? And the point of the drills we're going to do outside is that it's functional in the sense that it's for the function of boxing. You hear these guys doing functional exercise movement. You know, Conor McGregor did all this functional stuff to fight Floyd Mayweather, who did functional boxing training. And what happened? Not only did McGregor get beat, and he was bigger and had longer arms and everything, but he burned out. He burned out. He wasn't in shape for that boxing match. He might have been in great shape, looked great, but that's not the same thing. Okay? So, now, there's one other thing I'm going to show. There's a couple other things that we'll do outside that are pretty simple, but there's one other one that I want you to look. So what we've got so far, okay, we're here. If we just go ahead and put our hands up now. Actually, I'm going to put the gloves on now to show you, because you're going to practice this without the gloves and then with the gloves. Without the gloves, it's easy to get loose. You know, I'm talking to you and I'm not paying attention where my hands are. But when you put the gloves on, it makes you look through the binoculars, okay? That's what we want to do, okay? I want you to practice. Your gloves are on your head, touching your head. Keep them glued to your head as best you can. Sometimes you do this, you get tired, they're not. Look through the binoculars. So let's go through what we're talking about, what we'll do in these drills. You're here, right? Okay, the first drill. Here, I'm looking through the binoculars on my slip. Slip. Every time I'm looking through the binoculars, okay? And you heard my feet. Now, the other one, the spin out all the way out. We'll look through the binoculars. We'll shift out. Now, I'm not looking through them here because I changed completely the angle, so I would hit the guy here. I could be here, shift, spin out, bam, hit him with an uppercut or whatever, right? But this is what it looks like, the drill, okay? Slip, slip, spin out, come back. Slip, looking through the binoculars, come out, come back, okay? Gloves glued to your head. Now, the mini shift out, the mini bump to get your uppercuts in, okay? Here we are. Again, slip, look through binoculars, spin out, uppercut. This hand's still glued to my head. Come back. Now I slip to this side. Spin out, uppercut. Right? Bop. Bop. Here are my feet. Bop. Bop. Okay? Now, some of you say, well, why are we doing the bumps? Why don't we just, why don't we actually just pivot out? Okay? Pivoting, let's not run before we can walk, because you will find that learning this shift, the bump shift, and these spin outs will make it a lot easier to pivot, and it will make more sense. Pivoting is not as fast as what I'm talking about. You may think it is, but it's not as fast, it's not as smooth. It can be, but let me tell you, if you don't know how to pivot, if you don't know how to do this, you're not going to pivot, right? And there are different types of pivots. It's not always best to try to step and pivot off that lead foot. In fact, a lot of times probably what you should do is step and pivot off the back foot, right? But let's walk before we run, okay? Let's walk before we run. Now, the other thing we're going to say, and you're going to see how this works with the feet, again, is this is a drill we're going to do. Now, I go out, usually what I'm also doing, I'm doing box, steps, right, all that stuff. But this is a punching drill. It's not really, don't worry about punches, it's really a footwork drill, okay? So here we are, right? We're going to jab, okay? We're going to jab. Then what we're going to do, you hear the shift? Why did I shift over? To reset. I'll tell you why. Because if you go like this, jab, slip, and come back, I may just fake you. You'll slip to one side, and I'll be waiting to come back and hit you. So I want to shift offline. And that's where this footwork that we've just been practicing is going to help. So here I am, right? Jab, slip. I'm offline. Come back. 1, 2. Now we can bob under like this. Kind of the Tyson type bob. Or if you want, you can just go under like that. That's usually why I do in the yard, because I just want to move a little faster and get my legs work out. But you kind of should practice both. But here we go again. Here I am, right? I'm in my position, more of my weight's on my back foot. Now I throw the jab, bam. I shift offline when I slip. Come back, reset. Jab, straight right. Now, come under, okay? So do it again. Listen to my feet, I won't talk, okay? Right? Or I could do it like this. Listen to my feet again. You see? We'll do that all the way forward, all the way back. And I want you to work, for the purpose of this drill, on these foot steps that you can hear. It's like dancing, right? So it's top, pa, 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 pa. That's what it is. Now, we're going to go out. We're going to do this outside. One set of different drills without gloves, one set with gloves. One exercise that we will do, for example, will be you'll gallop. And don't get your feet too close together when you do that, because it's dangerous. Right, you'll gallop forward, and when you come back, you'll shift. That's not really a drill, that's not a boxing drill so much, it's just getting you used to shifting, right? The other things that we're going to do during that drill, the one-legged hops over the line, okay? And really I should have you, just for time's sake, there's some of the other things that we do, like with 2 legs, right? The stair-step drills, and before you do this, you should do jump ropes and stuff. That kind of stuff, it's all to get these muscles in your legs so that you can get used to the bumps, but also, yeah, you will be used to spinning out lately because it's getting your balance and your legs strong. But the key is, we're going to go outside to do it, right? The reason we're going to go outside is because it's on uneven terrain. It's in the yard, okay? I don't mean to find uneven terrain kind of like my backyard, which is pretty freaking uneven with holes and stuff in it, right? But just not always, you don't want to do everything on a gym floor. If you look at the old timers, Jack Dempsey, these kind of guys, they didn't do everything inside on a perfectly flat gym floor. You see them working out outside, doing all kinds of stuff. My theory is that we do too much inside a gym, okay? The floor is perfectly flat, we're practicing, and of course, yeah, you do need to practice in the gym, but we're doing too much there almost. So we're practicing, and our big muscles are getting stronger, but all those little muscles that have to be activated and have to work when you're like in the yard on grass and the ground's not even, they're not getting strong. So what happens is you overdevelop your big muscles, your little stabilizers in your ankles, your knees, everything get lazy, and suddenly, bam, they go, and then you get a bad injury. Okay, that's one reason why we go outside. You will see when I'm outside working out, some of this stuff I'm doing, no problem. I will struggle sometimes because I'll hit a hole or the ground won't be quite even, whatever. That's part of it. That's part of it. That's intentional. Do as I say, not as I do. So, are you ready? We're going to go out. We're going to get a workout in. There's a set of drills we're going to do without the gloves, a set of drills with the gloves, and I hope you get something out of it. Just remember to try to keep the binoculars on. When you shift, don't lose sight. Don't do like that because you can't see anything, right? And keep your gloves attached to your head, all right? So, off to not the white trash gazebo, but to the white trash, devastated backyard, desolation of my 2 beagles, and we'll see how we do.